Hey there guys, welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 19. Today is October 20th. The reason we're doing it a day early is because on Friday we are going down to Madison Square Garden to watch the League of Legends World Semifinals, and then on Saturday is the same thing. So we're not going to have time to record on Friday, so we're doing it today on Thursday, which today was a big day for news in terms of gaming.
Oh yeah.
So first up, we're going to get into the smaller pieces of the news, and we're going to get into games we've been playing, and then finally the NX announcement. So first news topic is the Power Rangers movie teaser trailer thing came out. It was announced at New York Comic Con, and it looks promising, I can say.
Yeah, I don't at first I thought it was gonna be like the whole dark and gritty thing, but then it turned a little more lighthearted. I don't know what it's trying to do here.
I think it's supposed to be like a modern day Power Rangers thing. Also, when the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out, they were all good old kids, they were all good, but these kids every single Saturday or something like that, I think they spend their day in detention.
Oh.
So it kind of makes sense on why they're Power Rangers now, to I guess sort of teach them a lesson and stuff, instead of just being the straight A student that does everything right, and then all of a sudden you get Power Rangers powers and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's more fun to have a character with flaws than just being perfect all the time.
Yeah, because if they did that with this movie, I don't think it would succeed as much. It wouldn't be as interesting as it is now, with all 5 of these kids, I believe, just being troublemakers, and now they have Power Ranger powers and they have to do the right thing. So
yeah, hopefully it isn't bad like the TMNT one, because it's they like to bring these 80s things back, with live action and stuff like TMNT, and now this. So hopefully this one's decent. I don't know about the second TMNT movie because I didn't watch that, but the first one was okay. It wasn't that good.
The first one was okay. I heard the second one was actually better.
Oh, was it? Yeah, because they had more stuff in it. They had they had
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah. So hopefully this. I never really watched Power Rangers too much. I watched the dinosaur one. Didn't they turn to dinosaurs or something?
Oh yeah, the Dino Thunder.
Yeah, that was the one.
As a person that has watched a lot of Power Rangers, even the original, I have hopes for this movie. Will I watch it when it comes out in theaters, depending on how well it is received? But I do expect good things to happen here. Obviously they're gonna take certain liberties, since it is a movie instead of a TV show for kids. It's now a movie for the, I guess, older audience. To get that nostalgia factor.
Oh, the nostalgia. All right. So there's a new Spider-Man animated series coming in 2017. That's really that could be really good or bad, because
okay. So I was just going through Comic Book Now, I believe that's their website, and they had this one article. I believe it was announced at New York Comic Con. I'm not exactly sure, but this is a new Spider-Man animated series. I believe it's going to be on Disney XD, and it's just titled Spider-Man. So the good news is that Ultimate Spider-Man's finally ending.
Yeah.
So after 4 seasons of mediocre Spider-Man stuff going on, now we get a new series. And it's supposed to target just on Spider-Man, because the Ultimate Spider-Man targets on Spider-Man teaming up with Nick Fury and stuff, and it was a lot more towards kids. So I'm not too upset about that, but I hope that this new animated series sort of the best thing that they can do is sort of replace Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah,
sort of.
I want it to be the same quality as that, because
the same quality in terms of animation, storytelling, the characters, all that stuff.
Yeah, because Spectacular Spider-Man was probably one of the best Spider-Mans I've seen. It's really good. I really like that.
Yeah, because Spectacular Spider-Man really does develop the characters, and really does make you feel for Peter Parker, and when villains like Venom and Green Goblin come up. And that show could have been so much more, but it just got caught up between the Disney and Marvel deal.
Yeah, and that really sucks, because that was one of the things that got destroyed, but because of all of that stuff happening. But hopefully this isn't Ultimate Spider-Man or whatever it was called, and it's this
is worst case scenario.
Yeah, the worst case is just another. I doubt it will be, because what's the point of canceling it if you're just gonna make the same style of show? So hopefully it's more, like Spectacular Spider-Man with like storytelling and stuff like that, not just like an episodic.
Yeah, as long as they focus on Peter Parker and they have quality character like development and stuff. So as long as that's there, we should be fine. Will I watch it when it comes out? If I could find out when it does come out, but most likely we'll probably find it somewhere online.
Yeah, it seems to be Spider-Man's having a really big like year.
Because I believe the new movie, I didn't put it in the notes here, but I believe that they are already in talks of a sequel for the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming movie. So they definitely do have high hopes for that movie. I mean, it is Spider-Man. It's definitely going to make box office records. So, I mean, in talks of a sequel already. It's kind of jumping the gun, but they're probably just like doing like conceptual stuff like the story and where they want to go and take Peter Parker from there. So. Speaking of Marvel news, there was a Guardians of the Galaxy like sneak peek little trailer, and it looked good. What are your thoughts?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I still think it's like one of my favorite Marvel movies. Like besides Avengers, because Avengers 1 is just like that's Avengers 1. But I think this movie is just like probably my favorite. Like it's just. It's so good. The way they mix the humor and then like the adventure and everything about it is just really, really fun, and I love it. It really caught me off guard too, like the original one.
Yeah, especially since they took this comic book series that no one knows.
All I knew was like Rocket Raccoon from like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and that's about it. Like he was in there, but that was all I knew about it. So
yeah, it does definitely look like that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or whatever it's called is sticking to what they did within the first one. The humor is seen within this sneak peek video, and we get to go and see Baby Groot at the end, which was awesome. But I do have high hopes for this movie. It's probably going to be fantastic. So there's that.
All right, so Red Dead Redemption 2 got announced. It's coming fall 2017. There was actually a little trailer that came out, but it didn't really show too much.
Yeah, it didn't. Alright, so first up, Rocksteady dropped this, picture. It was just red, and then their logo. And everyone was like, it's Red Dead 2. And then they announced it on Twitter, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming fall 2017, and the internet pretty much exploded.
Except for one thing, that it's not coming to PC.
Oh, yeah.
So that's and there's not even word that the first one's gonna be ported to PC, which I think they should. If they're not gonna give us Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC, at least port the first one to PC, so we could get something.
From what my friend told me, Louis,
uh-huh.
I think what he said was back in the day when they were doing Red Dead Redemption, they coded it so badly they couldn't port it onto PC.
Yeah, I could believe that. I also know Rockstar, really likes consoles. Like they're a console developer.
Yeah, they love doing their console games. So if this game doesn't go outside of consoles, I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I expected it.
Not eventually,
really.
Like GTA 5, it took 2 years for that to come out to PC.
Hopefully it's like a GTA 5 situation where it eventually comes on the PC, because now it's been a couple years since the first Red Dead. They could use a new engine. They could use a whole new team to go and make this new game, because the first game, the protagonist, spoiler alert, that protagonist will not be used within the second game because of certain circumstances, basically.
Okay.
So Red Dead 2 is pretty much like a new game. New story, probably new environment, background, all this other stuff. So hopefully it does come to PC. If it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised or mad about it, because if I'm going to buy this game, it's going to be on my PS4, because Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Redemption 1 I should say, was really, really good. I loved it. And the little DLC thing that they did with Undead Nightmare was still, really good as well. So.
Yeah, I would like to play the first one a lot, but I really hope they port the first one to PC eventually.
I mean, if not, you could always just pop in that PS3 game or Xbox game.
I think it was on Xbox. I don't even know where it is right now because that it's a pretty old game by now. I think it came out 2000 something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's pretty old, but it's still really, really.
Oh yeah, no, I heard it's really good. So. I want to play it eventually, but probably not for a while.
And the trailer didn't really show much, so it was just scenes of what the world will look like. I mean, it looks really, really good, graphically, but
nice.
There's nothing really much to go off from there. So Before we get into the big news topic, which is the NX, we're going to talk about games we have been playing recently. And I guess I'll go first because it's not only games, but I've been to places, I've watched some things. So first up, I went to New York Comic Con 2 weeks ago, I believe, which was around when the podcast came out. So New York Comic Con, what are my thoughts on it? I did a little vlog. I didn't really express my thoughts on Comic Con really, but it's a big old nerd convention. It's really, really, really fun. Like, even as a person like myself who's like into video games, but has like little things that I'm like also into, like Dragon Ball Z and like The Walking Dead, etc. It was still like really, really cool, just like walking around, seeing the cosplay, seeing the different things that were there, and yeah, like do I think I should have gotten, more days in terms of like getting a pass, maybe like a 4-day pass? No, I really don't think so, because after 2 days I think I had my fill of like New York Comic Con, because after like the first day I like pretty much explored almost everything I wanted to go and see. Obviously there's like panels and like other things that I didn't get to go to, because I believe on Saturday they had a Walking Dead panel, but they didn't clear the room, so people would like camp their spot.
Wait,
and
for panels, do you need like sign up for it or what? Like how does that work?
You need to line up, and as long as you have the pass for that day, you can get in. But since that they didn't clear the rooms, people would like camp their spot and wait for the panel that they wanted, which is a complete waste of time. I wish that they like cleared the rooms or something like that.
Yeah, they should.
Or like have like a 2 limit on like the amount of panels that you can stay for, or something like that. But I don't know. It's like very, very, very complicated. And while I was at New York Comic Con, I actually didn't buy any pops, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's good.
Because my god, dude, man, there were so many pops that were like over $100.
What?
I was just like,
why?
Because they were made early enough where they're like super duper rare. I don't think any. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that there are some people that bought plus $100 pops.
Oh my god!
But I didn't do that. And I wanted to go and buy the New York Comic Con exclusives that were there, but the way that the system works is that you need to sign up, and then they do a lottery on how you get in, which is bullshit, because some people that had 4-day passes didn't even get in like one of those days. Like that's pretty harsh. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because like if you go for all 4 days and the thing that you are most excited for is going to the Funko booth and buying their exclusives, and you couldn't because you lost the lottery. It's kind of bull.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So, I'm not exactly sure how else they would do it. My thought was like, you like take a picture of like your collection or something like that. But then again, some people could do like multiple pictures of like the same collection, but just like rearranged differently in like a different room. So, I don't know how Funko's gonna do it next year or like their future Comic-Con events, but I hope it's not the same way, because it was just like really, really dumb, because there's just like so many people that just didn't get in because of the dumb lottery system. But yeah, but after New York Comic Con, it like ignited my love for Dragon Ball Z and The Walking Dead again, because there's just so much like Walking Dead stuff. A lot of the booths had like Dragon Ball and like Dragon Ball Super stuff on there, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Super. So that's what I did. And the first, I believe, like 20-something episodes are the movies. So they're like Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F. And it's so much like filler nonsense.
Well, yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but so what I did was I got up to the point where Goku became super, like
God, super whatever.
No, just the regular God form, just like Super Saiyan God.
It's too many goddamn gods.
Yeah, so basically after that, I was like, they're pretty much recapping the first movie, and then I would go through the future episodes, and I was like, that looks like from Resurrection F. I'm gonna skip those episodes too. So I'm on like episode 30-something, and all of the new stuff is actually like really good. And
okay.
I'm not exactly sure if that's because I'm like a Dragon Ball Z fanboy, but I'm like really liking the episodes. And on top of that, I didn't put it in here. I'm dumb, but Dragon Ball Super is now on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that is very, very exciting for me personally, because I've never used Crunchyroll, and I believe it's like a free service too. It's just that premium gives you like special benefits, right,
or
something like that.
Stuff there, like
login and like Crunchyroll. Maybe I'll do it during the Thanksgiving break, but I'll see. But yeah, the fact that Dragon Ball Super is now going on to Crunchyroll, and it's also simulcast, something like that. It's like basically when it's aired in Japan, it'll come out on Crunchyroll around the same time, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
now
I like that.
Now I don't have to wait for like I don't know how many days or something like that.
Is
And
it
also
subbed?
it's like high quality too.
Is it like subbed?
So, yeah, it's subbed.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it should be subbed. You know, like if it's not like
watch it
subbed,
Japanese.
yeah, no one would watch it. But yeah, I'm like enjoying myself with the Dragon Ball Super. I haven't watched it within a couple days because of schooling, but the last thing I watched, and then I'll get into some of the games that I played, was The Walking Dead: The Journey So Far. This Sunday is actually the return for Walking Dead Season 7.
Oh, okay.
And last Sunday they did like a little like overview of all of the seasons, sort of like a recap, but not really, because they didn't go into detail on like certain seasons and stuff, but it was still like a nice little like recap to, you know, see where our crew has been this entire series. So it was just like a nice like hour and 30-minute special that I watched on the AMC website because I didn't watch it when it came out.
How long was it?
But it's I believe it was probably like a 2-hour special on TV, but it's like it's like a hour 30 because there's like no ads. So
okay.
It's not that long, but you know, it's definitely like worth a watch if you're like into Walking Dead and stuff, especially the TV show. But the games I've been playing, Gears of War 4. Did not realize that game came out. So
yeah.
my brother bought it, and the only thing I wanted to do in Gears 4 is play the campaign. And I played the campaign. I finished it. It's pretty much like the best way someone like described Gears 4 is that it's a soft reboot. And like Hollywood loves soft reboots, you know, with like Jurassic World and like Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And Gears 4 is pretty much that. You know, it's like a soft reboot. There's new characters mixed in with the old ones. And overall, the story, it was, I mean, like, for the first game, I'll, like, sort of give it a slide, but it was definitely a very, very weak, because it's just, like, you go to point A to point B, and there's, like, no substance in between. Like, the new characters, JD Phoenix, who is Marcus Phoenix's son, Dell, and Kate, I have, like, no attachment to them, like, whatsoever, compared to, like, the older characters. Like, they didn't really develop these characters well enough, other than the fact that they were part of the COG, but not really, and all this other mumbo-jumbo. And, yeah, like, the story could have definitely been a lot better, and also the ending got me. Well, not, like, got me, like, emotionally, but, like, it got me, like, sort of mad, because of the way that it ended. It's like, alright, there's, like, more stuff to do, and then credits roll, and I'm just like, alright,
sequel
whatever.
bait, yeah.
Yeah, basically. So this is like the new Gears of War trilogy, but I heard the multiplayer is like super duper good.
Yeah,
which
I heard
not.
is fun, right?
I've not tried yet, but just from what people have said, it should be like a really, really like fun time. So, and then the last game I played was like League, and you know, just been like fooling around playing jungle. We did a couple of ranked 5 games; those didn't go so well. Some of them. But, yeah, you know, season's about to end. It's like, whatever. We're probably not even going to get our promos done, but, you know, it's like playing Rank 5s for fun, but, yeah. All right, Damian, now get into what you've been playing or doing recently. So.
All right, I'm going to talk about the big thing, and that's the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo first. So I downloaded it.
How do you feel about it compared to X and Y and,
Oh.
like, Omega Ruby and
It's
and
like
Sapphire?
way better, because the whole Pokedex got leaked, right? So I know all the Pokemon in Gen 7. And I can already say I
did not
love
look that up, so.
Yeah, oh yeah, but you know, I know a lot of people don't want to know the spoilers. I mean, it's not too much.
Yeah.
Like the Pokedex is only like it's a lot. It's a little bigger than Gen 6, but not.
Oh my god!
But not that big. But
I can't believe they have like thrown away the idea of doing at least 100 new Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like
because like now it's like the
was...
freaking Alola forms and all this other stuff. It's like it's
like...
definitely showing that they are not, you know, coming up with new and original ideas, I would say. But
yeah, because like the Alolan forms basically are the Mega things, because they just redesign it a little bit and give it a new type and stuff. Even though I do like Alolan more than Mega forms, because Megas are broken. But
yeah,
and the Z attacks and stuff. But yeah, I do like the Pokemon designs more in Gen 7 than Gen 6. I just like how they look. They're more exotic looking, and I think they just look more
Yeah.
interesting. Gen 6, like most of them look pretty generic. Like Goodra was cool, like the Goo Dragon, but that was I can't really remember anything else from that region. But the demo, it wasn't that long, about like an hour. So you
Not
start the
bad.
game, you get Ash Greninja, which apparently in the show Ash uses Greninja and like he like bonds with him, and Greninja like looks like Ash. It's weird. I have no idea what that's about. But apparently you get this Pokemon in this demo, and it has a special ability called Battle Bond. So if you knock out
Uh-huh.
one Pokemon in battle, it transforms into Ash Greninja, and you become broken. Like the stats are like so good. Like usually Greninja has a base like attack of like 100 and 100 special attack. Once you do the battle bond thing, you get like 133 special attack and attack. It's like
Jesus.
it's a really broken Pokemon. So yeah, you're mostly using that Pokemon throughout your journey. You like go into one of the I guess like one of the main cities, and you battle some Team Skull people. You have a little battle there, and then after that, like the professor is like, "Hey, you want to do a trial?" Which is like kind of like the new gyms, I guess. These island trials. So
Mhm.
you do this first island trial, and you basically just take pictures of these like dragon type Pokemon, and it shows you the whole Pokemon Snap feature they have, which is pretty cool. The only problem I have with this Pokemon Snap thing is that the frame rate like dips once you're in this mode, because
Oh
that goes into
Jesus.
like a first person mode, and when you try like aim it, like it's like very choppy. So I'm like, I don't know about that. But when you do that, you you fight one of the Isle like what do you call it, totem Pokemon. It's basically like the final boss of the trial, and it's pretty cool
Mhm.
because they get like a special stat bonus. So for this particular Pokemon, it gets like a special attack bonus. No, not special attack. Special defense bonus. But that doesn't really mean anything because you're a good ninja and you're a physical attacker, but whatever. So yeah, you do that. I really like the trials. I think they're a lot more fun than a gym, because usually a gym you're just stuck in like a building, you do the little puzzle, and then you fight the gym leader. This one's a lot more varied. Like I know not every island trial is gonna be just taking pictures of Pokemon, but this was a nice like, hey, look, we're not just doing like a little puzzle and fighting the gym leader. This time you like fight a boss Pokemon, and that's pretty cool. I like that. But after that, like the team, one of the Team Skull admins like fights you, and they give you like a Pikachu, and you can test a new Z attack. So Z attacks are basically like the new like Mega Bracelet thing. You can only
Uh
use
huh.
one Z attack once per battle. So
Okay, good.
yeah. So it's not broken. You can basically like insta kill one Pokemon as long as it's like the right type of Z ring or whatever on it. So they give you this Pikachu. You equip the Z crystal on him, and you can use like a really powerful electric type move. You do that, you kill that the Team Skull person, and then it basically just ends like that. So it's not that long, about like an hour. But you can also do some side stuff at the end of the demo. Like you could like catch some Pokemon and see some of the new Pokemon like Rockruff and like Pick a Peck and what's that other one, Young Goose or whatever. So that's
Oh, the
cool.
stupid Donald Trump one.
Yeah, the Donald Trump one. Yeah. But that's about it. I could tell you that the game looks really good. Like I think the game looks fantastic. Like the only time,
Like much better from when they started.
yeah, like the X and Y like sprites, like the main characters, like they have like they're all chibi, like the heads were huge and like the bodies are really like weird, like they look weird, right? In
Uh
this
huh.
game, all the models look like normal people. Like you don't have like a giant head.
So like their
Yeah,
proportions
their
are
proportions
good.
are right.
Okay.
They look like people. So
All right.
I'm pretty happy about that. Most of the NPCs have really good facial expressions when they're talking, so that's pretty cool. I don't think they did that in X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but it was like not as apparent. This one they really
Okay.
like move their mouths a lot. Uh, and They had some new stuff with the battling. So if you if you knock out a Pokemon once and you encounter that Pokemon again, you can see if your moves are super effective or not. So you don't have to like go look online and like, oh, is Ghost good against Psychic or whatever. It'll tell you in the menu screen.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay,
they
that's
fixed up
nice.
some UI stuff. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. It's not much I can say right now because like it's Pokemon.
Yeah, and also it's a demo,
And it's
so
a demo,
stuff
so
can change.
I can't really say too much, but I really like what they did with the UI stuff. The game just looks pretty, and I haven't really noticed too much FPS drops besides the whole Pokemon Snap thing. But besides
Okay.
that, it's really good. If you want to try it, you could transfer the Ash Ninja to the main game. So you should probably if you want Ash Ninja, you should do that. But I think that's about it. Not too much else to talk about there besides like the leak Pokemon, but I don't want to talk about that because Don't know.
Yeah,
Not
that's
everyone
hot.
wants to know about that. Besides that, I've been playing Shadow Warrior 2, which is basically like Ninja Borderlands. It's it's a sequel to the 2013 Shadow Warrior game, which is basically like a remake of the 1998 Shadow Warrior game, which is basically
Oh my god.
which is basically like those Duke Nukem games and Duke Nukem Doom, those old 90s FPSs. Um, and the Shadow Warrior that came out 2013 was like that. It was like, you were stuck in like a maze sort of level. You have to find key cards and all that stuff. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But the second one, I know a lot of people, it's either you love it or hate it. I love it because I love that Borderlands sword style where you get like a bunch of guns and different loot and stuff. But in
You
the
just
original,
kill a bunch of people.
yeah, but in the original 2013 Shadow Warrior game, it was mostly like you have these weapons, like you level up and stuff, but it's not like you don't find like a billion new guns and stuff. It's like you have a shotgun, an Uzi, like a sword, and that's about it. In this game, you have a bunch of different weapons and stuff, and I like it a lot. The game just feels so good, just like the original, like the 2013 one. The sword plays so good. It's like some of the best like first person like melee combat you could do. Like with the sword, you could swing it, right? Or if you hold W and right click, you could do like a stab attack with your sword. If you hold A or D on and right click, you could do like a spin attack. And if you hold S and hold right click, you could do like a projectile out of your sword. It just feels so good. Like I love it. It's so good. But
These are the same people that made like Hotline Miami, Broforce.
I don't think so. But I think they there's some cameos of it in the game. Like you can see some like you see Hotline
Devolver
Miami.
Digital.
Oh, they're the publisher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the publisher.
So,
Yeah.
Flying Wild Hog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
they've
developing.
only made the Shadow Warrior.
Yeah,
like,
they use their own
hard
engine.
reset.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks beautiful too. Like it's really well optimized.
Yeah,
too.
most of their games are like scoring pretty high.
Yeah. It's really good. What else was I gonna say? The only problem I have is sometimes like the guns. They're not like Borderlands where it's like there's like a bajillion guns. This game there's only 70 guns, but each gun feels very unique. And I think I like that a little more than Borderlands. Just like here's the same gun model, but it like does like poison damage. This one is like you get like gem slots. It's sort of like Diablo. You get like gem slots and you can put it in a gun, so you could like make it into like an elemental weapon if you want, or just do more damage. And I think I kind of like that more because each gun feels unique enough that it's like, oh, which gun do I want to use? It feels a little better than Borderlands actually. And it's just the mobility you have. You could like use left shift to sprint, and you could not sprint, dash. So you could like double jump, air dash. It just feels so good. I like it a lot. I know some people might not like it because it's a lot. It's really different from the 2013 one they made, but I think it works. And if they ever make another sequel, I would like to see it like this also. I haven't finished it yet. I'm like halfway through. It's not that long of a game, but I am enjoying it a lot.
I'll look into that in the future.
Yeah, it's really good. What else? I've been playing WoW, just doing daily stuff, and Final Fantasy 14. They announced the next expansion, which is going to come out in summer 2017. So that's going to be 2 years since the last expansion. So I need to get it together, and like I need to get through some of the other stuff, because by the time when I was playing that game, like 2 years ago, I went through all the regular content, and then Heaven's Word got announced. I did all that stuff, and then I just got burnt out. And I think I'm done with Final Fantasy 14 for a bit. But now I need to get back into it and like do all the other stuff I missed and get ready for the next expansion. So yeah, that's about it, I think.
Some other games that both of us have actually played because they were like couch co-op sort of games. Towerfall. I actually want to know what you think about it because at first you really like hated the game.
Yeah, at first I hated it, but now I really like it. All right, so Towerfall. I think we talked about it before here, right?
Maybe not.
All right, so
I'm
basically
not exactly
Towerfall
sure.
is like a 4-player.
Probably like briefly.
Yeah, I would describe it again. It's like a 4-player sort of deathmatchy game. It doesn't have to be deathmatch. It could also be like a last man standing or a team deathmatch type of game. But basically, you just shoot arrows at people, or you could jump on people, which is like really cheap and annoying.
Yeah,
but it has
like the main way of like killing people.
The game looks really simple at first. You shoot people, they die.
Yeah, but it's really like complex because there's this dodging mechanic where if someone just spams arrows at you, you could dodge most of them. Hopefully, they don't like be smart enough and like space their arrows out and stuff. but there's like a lot of like skill involved within this game. Like it may look simple, it may feel simple, but there's much more depth here, especially if like all of your friends like get really really good too. So
yeah, because you could dash into an arrow and collect it for yourself, and you could like absorb it, and you could use that arrow against them. There's also like different power ups and stuff, and you could like.
Oh yeah, the items. There's like wings that'll let you fly. There's a boot that'll speed you up.
Yeah.
The stupid shield's like freaking good because you pretty much absorb one hit, but like the amount of time that you have invulnerability is not that long, so you're definitely gonna have to like act fast and like do something really quick before they take advantage of that.
Yeah, there's also like different arrow types and stuff. So you have like bomb arrows, lightning arrows. It's like really fun. Yeah, I know the maps really well. If you could take advantage of it, since it does the whole like if you move from one side of the screen, you reappear on the other side of the screen. So if you know where someone's coming from, you can like flank them pretty easily. So yeah, it's a really fun game. I enjoy it. The only problem is that there is no online. And from what
if the game was online, I think the game would have been a lot more successful. But I think that's the way that the game developer wants it.
Yeah, he wanted it like that. So I'm like, okay, I guess. But
he's like, I designed the game to be like this, so I want it to be played like this. So, I mean, if that's the way you really want it to go, I mean, Sakurai saw Smash Bros. As a party game, but it's definitely much, much more than that.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it's your game. You made it. You can do what you want to do. But if they just added online, the game would definitely just, like, sell a hell of a lot more copies.
Yeah, because that game is great. I love that game. But,
the final game that both of us played together cooperatively is Overcooked, which I talked about last
cooperatively.
2 weeks. Yeah, cooperatively or whatever. Basically, we played together and we worked together on this game instead of like facing it against each other, which is what a lot of Steam party games are. So Overcooked, I briefly talked about it last episode. You pretty much get an order and you have to work together to get that order done. It's definitely a lot harder with 4 people because the requirements to get 3 stars is like higher, and there's just more people just like trying to get one thing done. So what are your thoughts after you played it?
Okay, so I thought this game was going to be a lot more simple and not as hectic as I thought it was going to be. But once you start playing it, it's like, all right, everyone has to be assigned a job really quickly and get to your station and make sure to just do it. Like, just like don't get distracted. You know, make sure someone's cleaning the dishes. It's like it was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. But once you get
there's a lot of micromanaging between you and your 3 other friends, and it's really really fun once you guys like get it together. Obviously, if there's like one guy that's like really bad, hopefully you could pick up his slack and complete the level. But you don't need to go and get 3 stars. You kind of do later in the game if you want to go and get through more of the levels. But 2 players, it's like super duper simple. But like I think once you add like 3 to 4 players, especially 4, it gets like really hectic. And I think that's like the main fun of the game. I honestly don't mind that this game doesn't have online, because I think the best way to play it is when you are all together in the same room trying to do one thing at a time.
Yeah, it's more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if like one guy's lagging online with like Overcooked, I think that would like definitely like screw it over. But like with like competitive Steam games with like multiplayer like indie games or whatever, I think online's definitely like feasible. But like with this kind of game where it's cooperative and you kind of need to like work together like quickly, couch co-op's definitely fine.
Yeah.
And it's coming to PS4 soon, so to anyone that doesn't have a powerful enough PC to play it, you can play it on PS4 when that does come out. Alright, so it's already half an hour in, but we still got one big topic to talk about, which is Nintendo finally announced the NX, and they showed a 3-minute like little trailer, but there's so much more than that outside of it, which is what normally happens with like directs and like other things that they announce. So first up, the NX is officially called the Nintendo Switch, which if I do later in this podcast like refer to as the NX, because it's been so long.
Yeah,
because we've been calling it the NX for so long that just calling it the Switch like right away is going to take a while. So it's called the Switch, and the console itself is actually that like little screen gamepad thing that they have.
Yeah.
So That's very, very interesting. Like, at first, I thought it was, like, a traditional home console, and then that screen was, like, the gamepad. But in reality, that screen is actually the system in and of itself. So, and, like, there's, like, these controllers that, like, deattach and, like, reattach and stuff. So, I think the weirdest thing that came out of this was the cartridges being, like, official and stuff.
Right. So, I think I'm of two minds about the whole cartridge thing, because for one thing, it's not going to be backwards compatible with anything.
Yeah, now it's official that it's not backwards compatible with the Wii U, but it's probably going to be backwards compatible with the eShop. But I don't know how much of it. Maybe Wii U games. I don't know.
Yeah, it might use your same network, your Nintendo ID, and it could, like, if you downloaded a bunch of games for the Wii U, which is like hard to believe because that thing has no memory. But
yeah.
but if you actually did do that, then you'll be fine. You could just download your Wii U games. But if not, it's like you're kind of screwed if you bought everything physically, like I did. It's like they're just gonna remaster everything, and it's like, oh, whoops. So well, I guess whatever. But it's like I don't know if these are remasters or if they're sequels. Like,
all right, so let's just go and get into the games that they show. So Zelda Breath of the Wild, obviously that's gonna come out with the Switch. This is definitely a new Mario Kart because we did not have King Boo in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I don't think
so. There's probably Mario Kart 9. They showed Skyrim. That was interesting.
Yeah.
A NBA game. I'm not exactly sure if this is live or 2K. It's probably like 2K 16, 17, whatever.
Yeah, because with the list of publishers
number they're on,
developers,
oh my God.
EA.
We'll get into that later. The amount of third-party support this console has. They briefly showed the new 3D Mario game, which I hope is a launch title. But if it's not, it won't like completely destroy my will to even buy the console at launch. Like right now, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna buy that at launch, because if it's only Zelda and like Mario Kart and like Skyrim,
I'll buy it for Zelda because I love Zelda.
Oh yeah, but I'm not that big of a Zelda fan.
Yeah.
So and then the last game that they showed off was Splatoon, which they did it in like a pretty interesting way. They showed it. Yeah, they showed it in like a esports arena, which was very interesting because in the past, people know that Nintendo is not for esports in the past with like Melee and all this other stuff. But I guess now they have finally turned the cheek and be like, you know what, we're in esports, we'll do this. But to the extent that they are willing to do esports is still at question.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it at that. The Switch has like obviously it's the tablet screen. The controllers are detachable, like I said, or freaking detachable or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it actually has a headphone jack. So like when you're traveling along when you're traveling, you could put in your headphones, like regular headphones, like 3.5 millimeter or whatever. So that's good. And then they have this Pro controller, which looks like a Xbox controller.
Yeah,
basically.
It does. Yeah.
So that's really exciting, I think, because that like little nub sticks that they had is kind of weird,
Yeah.
So it is confirmed to be NVIDIA powered. I believe it's like a custom NVIDIA chip. So
yeah, they had a chip name, but I forgot what it was called. But we don't really know if they're using that one or not. We have to wait for more details on the power of it.
Like we said earlier, there's a ton of just like third-party support. Just to go and list some of the third-party developers: Konami, TT Games, Telltale Games, Ubisoft, Capcom, Bethesda, Activision. There's just so many companies on board with this new system. Even freaking Epic Games. What the hell?
Yeah, Epic. Whoa, I didn't see that one. Yeah, it's Platinum. Of
Epic
course,
Games,
is still
Sega,
there.
Platinum.
Atlas is there too. So
there's just so many third-party developers on here. I hope they stick with the NX and don't abandon ship like Ubisoft did with the Wii U. But if they do decide to get off of the Switch, I wouldn't be surprised. But it would be awesome if they could all just stay on here, try their best to go and help the Switch succeed. So what else? Obviously, they reconfirmed that it is coming in March 2017, which is, I believe, 5 months away.
Yeah.
Which is really, really weird. That they finally announced their console, and it's only coming out within 5 months.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
So, I believe that this is like the first time Nintendo has ever like held off an announcement like this big for so long. So hopefully it does well within like sales and everything, but we'll just have to go and wait and see when that comes out. But overall, what did you think of the like 3-minute clip that they showed off?
I'm actually really happy that they showed the amount of games that they did. I didn't know they were going to show that many stuff. And they did a good job demonstrating what the console is. Like,
yeah,
it's what it looks like. Like, you know, if you want to play on your TV, you just put the tablet into the thing, and then you just grab the controller, and then you just play it like a normal system. And if you want to go somewhere, you just put the little things onto the controller, and you pick it up, and you play it on the tablet. Like, it's very simple. It's not like the gamepad where it's like you need the gamepad and the TV, and it's like kind of annoying. This one is if you want to play on a TV. Like, this is what I thought the Wii U was gonna be. Like, you play on the TV, and then you just play it on the tablet if you want to. And that's it. Like, I am so happy that Nintendo seems to be getting that. We don't want like really dumb gimmicks. Like, I really didn't care about the gamepad at all. Like, I really didn't.
Yeah, every single chance I got to use the Pro Controller, I would use it.
Yeah. So,
which is why when I went to go and visit their offices a couple years ago, or I believe it was a year ago, but when I went up there and they let me play Star Fox, I was like, can I use the Pro Controller?
Yeah.
And the person just told me, like, that's not the way the game was designed, so, you know, you can't do that. So, the fact that now we have this new console, which isn't really connected with any previous, like, Nintendo thing, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's like its own thing, and that's cool. Like, I think Nintendo needed this, like, just like a straight up console, a new start. Is not connected to the Wii or anything. I don't see any motion sensor, even though they said there's motion control. It's probably like gyroscope.
Oh yeah, the specs. We didn't really talk about it, other than the GPU chip, which is NVIDIA powered. It's also region free, so there's no region lock.
That's fantastic.
So that is pretty exciting. The screen's like 16 inches, is like a multi-touch screen. The touchscreen itself, the resolution is 720p. The like saddest thing out of everything on here is the fact that it's only 32 gigabytes built-in internal storage.
And that's still garbage. It's like, come on, Nintendo.
It's like, all right, so your games are getting bigger, but you still only give us 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Hopefully they let us like expand it out. I wouldn't think so, because it's all in that little tablet thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would do more storage, but I'm pretty sure since it's only 32 gigs, you would be smart enough to hopefully buy all of the games physically, because they're cartridges, you know.
Yeah.
So only 32 gigs is still like astounding to me. Like, I hoped that it was gonna be 1 terabyte, but Nintendo's still living in the past.
Yeah.
There's going to be SD card support. There's going to be USB support as well for 2.0 and 3.0, which still brings up the hype for maybe Smash Bros. To come on to the system still. There's going to be 2 USB 2.0 ports and then 1 3.0 port. The device is around 14 to 15 millimeters in thickness, so I don't think that's that
No, it's not
thick.
that. Yeah, it's not that thick.
So, the right analog stick will be below the face buttons. The camera and microphone is not built into or inside of the portable device. Cooling is still a little noisy, and detachable controllers with motion controls and next-gen vibration technology, which I don't know what the hell that is. But,
yeah, me either.
Overall, these like specs that I just read, they're okay. Obviously, Nintendo could have done a lot better, and especially in terms of like the internal storage. Only 32 gigs still, like that is still insane.
I think just because of the whole detachable thing, they had to sacrifice a lot just to make it like to do this like what they wanted to do. Which I guess it's fine. Like, I would have preferred if it was just a strong console without the detachable thing. But if they really want to do it, then fine. Like, it doesn't
if they
look that
really
bad.
want to go and do this like mobile/home console thing, you know what? I guess that's what they had to do.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I'm probably never gonna take this thing with me anywhere, but it's like it's still nice. I mean, I might.
I mean, it's like situational, you know.
I mean,
like,
if I want to
you...
like sit on my chair, I guess maybe, or like lay down, like that's about it. But I probably won't take it outside.
I mean, like if you ever go on like vacation or like a long train ride,
that's true.
Maybe.
It depends on the battery life too, which we were talking about.
Yeah.
Before.
Also, we don't know how long this thing will last as well. So.
Yeah. So
hopefully, it's not as low as the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, the gamepad lasts for what, like 2 hours or something? 3 hours?
I think it's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
or
like
something
2 hours
like
because
that,
I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, and that you had to use a gamepad for that, and it only lasts like 2 hours. So I'm like, all right.
But yeah, this whole like Switch announcement was kind of a surprise, and I think overall it did an okay job in terms of like showing off what the console can do and stuff like that. So
yeah,
overall, I think that
they just
good job,
Mario game,
good job by Nintendo to announce this thing, regardless that it's 5 months away from being released. You know what? It's better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like I'm happy about it. Like, I'm not salty about it. I'm just happy it's finally out and it doesn't look like garbage. Like, that's all I'm happy about. I'm happy that it doesn't have a dumb gimmick.
Also the name Switch, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I like the name
because it actually makes sense because you're switching between the TV and then the portable version or whatever it's called.
The tablet.
I really do like that idea that they called it the Switch because you actually switch between this and this. You know?
Yeah.
Instead of like, I guess, I don't know what the Wii U was trying to accomplish with that name. I guess it wasn't being clever, but other than being like the Wii 2 or whatever. But, you know, the Nintendo Switch is a good name. It's coming out March 2017, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's very hyped for it. Hopefully, it gets good launch titles. And yeah.
Oh yeah, launch titles. All right, so we were talking about this earlier before we even turned on the mics and everything. But launch titles. I hope all of the games that they showed us are coming to launch, other than the 3D Mario game, because I think that one might take some more time.
Yeah.
But Splatoon, it's already on the Wii U. NBA, it's already on other consoles. Skyrim, it's already on other consoles. Mario Kart, you can argue that it can take some time as well, but
yeah, but it's like I think they're reusing a lot of assets from.
Yeah,
8,
it looks
so.
like, honestly, it looks like Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
still. So they definitely can, just like sort of take the scraps and then put them onto this new game. And Zelda Breath of the Wild is confirmed to be a launch title as well. So hopefully all of those games that they showed off comes out at launch. Because if it doesn't, and the game and the Switch has a very weak launch, I don't think it'll succeed.
Yeah, they have
outside of there.
They have to have a good launch. Like, it has to.
Yeah, because
it's like, why?
Because if it doesn't have a good launch, it'll be a Wii U fiasco all over again. Also, the price. What do you think the price is going to be on this new device?
The Wii U was
the Switch.
Yeah, I know, but the Wii U was like $350, right?
Yeah, for the deluxe edition with 32 gigs, I believe, and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Because for once, they're not doing like two versions, instead of like the basic and then the deluxe model, which is what everyone wanted for the Wii U.
Yeah.
I think that they're just doing this one model, which is good because now not everyone has like a different colored console and not one with like different memory and all this other stuff. So, my ideal price for this, before you talk about what you think the price is, I think it'll be less than 400, maybe 350.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was gonna say, yeah, it can't be. It might either be 400 or I'm aiming at being less than 400 though.
Yeah, like best case scenario, it's 300.
Yeah.
Worst case, it's like over 400.
I don't think it's gonna be over 400.
Yeah, I don't think so either because consoles that have launched over $400, I don't think they've done as well.
Yeah.
So. If it's like 300, 350, I'm okay with that. 400, that's gonna be a little bit iffy, especially since I'm pretty sure the price on these games are still gonna be the same at $60.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be a mystery until they officially confirm and announce their pricing, but we'll see.
And I think that's about it, right? Besides like the new Mario game, which you showed a little bit of.
Yeah, man, we should do another podcast just dedicated to like analyzing the 5 seconds.
Yeah, man, of course.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening to the Two Players podcast. Once again, this was a much longer episode because we had a lot of stuff to talk about. But thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with episode 20.
Later.